Good Sunday morning, everyone. Real quick, I'm not going to be before you long. I sat there and looked on the news this morning and realized, unfortunately and sadly, that something happened. I believe it was now about 2 or 3 days ago in Jacksonville, Florida. But the fact is that I don't understand this wicked world. Now, I do understand and know the reason why, but I'm saying when I say I don't understand, I'm referring to I'm just getting sick and tired of all the violence and the chaos and ruckus and killing and shooting and everything going on, because God did not make man, his people, however you want to say it, humanity, to treat each other like this. And like I keep saying in my different videos, it's because of man's sins, and it's because of the evil inside of man. Even though everybody is not evil, but everybody has sinned and come short of the glory of God. We were born in sin and shaped into iniquity, like Isaiah 53 talks about. But it's sad and pitiful. And a lot of people may not realize, but it's the fact that I just really put myself in a person's shoes. Like I put myself in the suspect's shoes and the victim's shoes, because I'm sitting here thinking, what if I was that person right now? How would I feel? And things like that. And it just makes me sad about God's purpose or intent was not to make us to intentionally to hate each other, to kill each other, to lie on another, to steal, all this other stuff. That's the enemy. That's the devil. He comes to kill, steal, and destroy. He knows that sooner or later, when Jesus comes back and there's a heaven and hell, that he's going to be the one going to the lake of fire with his demons. And his job is to try to take as many people back with him as he possibly can. So with that being the case, what I'm saying here is this, that when I heard this morning about 3 innocent people, and what pisses me off a little bit or gets me is that when racism goes on and there's no such thing as this person, that person. Like, yes, we have different groups of people. We have Indians and Arabians and Chinese, Asian, Japanese, whatever. But what I'm saying is, in the eyesight of God and overall, the reason why we're different people is because we were born in different parts of the world. If you were born in America, you're known as an American. Even though if you go back further than that, of course, we all come from different parts of the world. Some people come from Africa, different parts of Africa. Some people come from Canada, or some people come from Europe, Europeans. What I'm saying is that started with Adam and Eve. Then it went to Noah and his sons and family. Then, or before that, it went to Noah. Then after that, it went to the Tower of Babel when they were trying to get with God. So God had to split them up so they wouldn't try to get up there with him, and he confused their language. So they spread throughout the whole world. Then from there, it went to Abraham, the father of many nations, and his son, Isaac, then Abraham's grandson, who is Isaac's son, Jacob, renamed Israel. But what I'm saying is this, as a man of God, it makes me feel sad when I think about how we, God's people, don't know how to love one another, and we treat each other wrongly. We disrespect each other. I'm talking about, I don't care if you're a Christian, go to church. I'm referring to people who don't even know the Lord, who aren't saved. I'm just talking about mankind in general. God did not make us to act like this, but he gave us free will. So that's why it's going on, and he's allowing it to happen until his grace and mercy will be no more. He comes back and puts all this nonsense, ruckus, violence, chaos to an end. A thing called Judgment Day. But what I'm trying to say is that when I heard that story in Jacksonville, Florida this morning, about 20, 30 minutes ago, and saw on TV that 3 black people got killed, and one woman, I think she was about 52 or something, she was sitting in her car minding her business, and she messed around and sadly got shot. And I think the other 2 guys, one was already in the store, then one guy was getting ready to walk in. He opened up the door. His girlfriend was right there at the door with him. She sadly messed around and got I mean, she escaped, thank God. But sadly, he sat there at the door and got shot. And like I said, a second black brother got shot inside. The woman right there in the car got shot. That's 3 innocent lives that Jesus Christ died on the cross for, and they can't live no more because some crazy, idiotic person who is living for the devil, who comes to kill, steal, and destroy, decided to kill those people. And that's what gets me, because I don't like it, or I hate when an innocent person can't continue to live. Like, I can understand if God says, like, let's say he takes my life right now because my health condition, he says, Cameron, your time on earth is over with. That's one thing. But when people sit there and stop another person's life from going further and longer because they want to be a hypocrite, they want to be stupid and kill somebody, like going to a school, all this other stuff, God is not pleased with that. God is really irritated. We can't tell because right now he hasn't came back. He's being patient. He's being long suffering. He's trying to give us chance after chance after chance. But sooner or later, there's not going to be no more chances, time for chances, because either Jesus is going to come back or we going to mess around and our time is going to expire here on earth and it's going to be too late. But what I'm trying to say is, it is sad how you have some evil, low down people who have so much grief in their heart and in their mind to the point where they have in their head, I'm going to go rob a bank. I'm going to go sit here and get a gun. See, and I'm going to be real. Like I tell some people sometimes, if I wanted to be stupid like that with the free will that God gave me, I could do that. But guess what? I'm no different than nobody else. I'm a sinner. But I tell myself, Cameron, why send yourself straight to hell? That would be stupid. You got a loving family, Cameron. You were raised in the church. You're a sinner, but you don't want to go to jail. You definitely don't want to go to hell and burn your spirit, your soul, burn eternally. So what I'm trying to say is, it gets me when people kill each other. It doesn't matter if it's a white person killing another person, a white person killing a black person killing a black. Anybody, all this killing going on is sad because we weren't meant, well, as far as sin, yes, we were meant to die. But I'm talking about overall, we weren't meant to just sit there and day after day, all this killing just nonstop. The reason it's going on is because Adam and Eve disobeyed God, and because Satan, Lucifer, the devil, got kicked out of heaven, and he's the author of confusion, and he's the father of lies and all this other, the deceiver, the trickster. He's the enemy. So that's why this stuff is going on. But really what I'm trying to say and where I'm getting at is that it, like, something got to give. But I know it's not going to stop because Jesus told us himself in the Bible, Revelation, until he comes and stops it, it's going to continue. And I just want to sit here. That's why I want to read this familiar verse in chapter 6 of Genesis real quick. See right here in verse 3, let me start there. It says, and the Lord, all caps, said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he is also, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them. The same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. Verse 5 says, and God said, let the wickedness of man, and God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. Then verse 6 says, and it repented the Lord, all caps, that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him in his heart. So all I'm trying to say is that God himself knew that all this stuff was going to take place and happen. He knew what was going to be what. He knew that he was going to kick the devil out of heaven. He knew that Adam and Eve was going to sin. He knew when I was going to be born, what sins I was going to do, when I was going to do them. He knows everything. And sometimes it's hard to realize or to accept the fact, like, God dang, you knew this was going to happen. why didn't you sit here and block or stop this person? Meaning like sometimes God does, like sometimes the gun may get jammed, a bullet may get jammed in a gun. But what I'm saying is that overall, you would think, because it's sad when a lot of people who, like I keep saying, are no different than somebody else, a sinner. But when a person who's trying to live right and love in one another and don't mean no harm to nobody, it's sad when those type of people continually dying over and over and over. Like I heard about a 5-year-old here in Memphis, I think on Friday, 2 days ago, died in a house fire. And it's like, I'm sitting here thinking in my head, Lord have mercy, that is sad. She is 5 years old. That's the future generation. And you got all these people dying where if somebody else would have sat there and not did something stupid on their part, like in this case, this white young guy born in 2001, so he's 9 years younger than me, about 22, for whatever stupid reason that he decided to be racist and do what he did. That is sad that you went inside a store and killed 3 black people that didn't mean no harm to you. They don't even personally know you, even though we all, once again, are related to each other because we come from Adam and Eve, and God created us all. But what I'm saying is that why have the mindset to do something so low down to people you don't even know, people that did no wrong to you? And my thing is this, I'm not saying that I want a person who's going to kill other people to 100% kill themselves. But what I'm saying is this, if you're going to sit there and kill some innocent people that did no wrong to you, but then you're going to sit there after that and take the coward way out because you don't want to suffer the consequences on earth and go to jail and get your butt whooped and stuff like that, then what I'm trying to say is, like, I'm not really telling you to go ahead and commit suicide, but if you're that type of person, like a terrorist or somebody, for example, who's going to automatically not care about your life and take your life away, then that's in your hands. That's your free will. But I'm saying don't kill innocent people before or involve them in you losing your life. If you want to take your life, sadly do that. I'm not saying do that, but if you want to, that's your free will. But don't kill other people that did no wrong to you. That's the whole point of this video. It's sad when people who did no wrong are messing around dying because sadly they at the wrong place at the wrong time, or got killed by a drunk driver, all this stuff. That type of stuff is what makes life sad, and it makes it hard and difficult for some people to keep on going because they're thinking about, I wonder if this may happen to me. I wonder if this may happen to my son or daughter or something. It's not just the fact that you lost a loved one and you're thinking about that person who died and you love them. It's the fact about it bothers you. It has some type of effect on you when that person who's no longer here is dead and gone. So what I'm saying is that I just wish this stuff would stop. Now, I'm not God. I don't have control over everything. And I know it's not going to stop because we live in a wicked, evil world. But really, I'm just waiting on Jesus to return and to judge the world and to call his people, the believers, the church, the Christ, the Christians, home, because it's going to be much worse here on earth. Revelation talks about that. Talks about the Antichrist and the beast and the false prophet. It's going to get much worse here. And one day I'm going to be a father and a husband. I'm possibly going to have some kids. I don't know if it depends on what God's will for me is. But what I'm saying is that as a man, in my opinion, the world is so wicked to where, in my personal belief, I believe that men, out of respect, or not really respect, but really about honor and protection of the house, I believe, even as a Christian man, that a man should have a gun locked up, so in case somebody comes and robs his house and tries to kill him, his kids, or his wife, he needs to sit there and do what a man is supposed to do. And I'm just saying it's because God did not make us to kill each other, but a lot of people are doing that. And of course, some of it you have to defend yourself, like when it comes to a sad situation, when it comes to like you defending your country for the United States of America and wherever else, like war. But overall, if sin never would have happened, then we wouldn't be seeing all this killing, all this sickness, all this disease, all this nonsense going on. But all I'm trying to say, and I'm done, is It is sad what's going on in this world. But if you want to be a coward and kill yourself, you need to do that in the first place. Well, actually, before that, try to get some help. Try to go talk to a police officer or get some counseling, get some therapy, talk to a therapist or go to rehab or something. Get some type of mental evaluation before you mess around and just kill an innocent person. And besides the other part, what I'm mainly saying is this: don't sit there and kill people because you had a bad day. Don't take your frustration out on somebody else. Also, don't sit there and kill somebody who didn't do nothing wrong to you, who you don't even know. If you're going to kill yourself, if you're going to kill somebody and you don't care about trying to get no help, sadly but truly, you need to just take your own life. Because obviously you're telling God, I don't care about the fact that you made me, that you blessed me with life, that you gave me life and life more abundantly. I don't care about the fact that you woke me up. I don't care about other stuff. I'm going to do what I want to do. So with you having that mindset, you might as well sadly but truly take your own life, because God already knows you don't care about yourself. You don't love yourself. So if you don't love yourself, you can't love God and you can't love nobody else. So what I'm saying is, if you're not willing to get any help, we understand that. But don't go out there and kill other folks that didn't do nothing wrong to you because you're racist or because you hate other people, etc. Sadly, take your own life. I'm not saying I want you to do that, but I'm saying you have different options here. Don't sit there, or if you want to live a miserable life, just sit there and live a life and don't be around nobody, including family members, because nobody with common sense or nobody that's wise and things of that nature wants to be around a person that has a bad attitude and doesn't want to enjoy life and doesn't want to be positive. Is nothing but negative all the time. So all I'm trying to say is that I just wish all this stupidity, bullcrap, mess, nonsense would stop. Racism. We all are human beings. We all shed red blood. We're not different colors because we come from different people in the Bible, even though we all are connected one way or another, because it's only one race, the human race, and we all come from Adam and Eve, the first human beings here on earth, and God created everybody. So what's the big deal? Like, why do some people hate this group of people? Why? You're basically telling God, I hate the fact that you made black people, white people, or such and such, because you're hating on that person who is that color, when it's good people from every different group of race. It's bad people. None of us are different. We all have our individual lives. We all are sinners. We all have been sinned and come short of the glory of God. So why? Now, let me stop there. I'm going to say this last thing, I'm done. The only thing I can say is that the devil is the main reason behind this, because it's a spiritual warfare. It's a spiritual thing going on. It's things happening that we can't see in the physical realm, the physical eye. And that's the fact that, once again, that the devil, he comes to kill, steal, and destroy. He's the thief. So he loves it when people kill each other. He loves when people have arguments and chaos, all this fighting, people doing stuff. The devil loves that. What I'm trying to say is that he knows right from wrong. He knows the Bible too. But the main fact here is that the devil wants to sit there and use people to kill and hurt one another, because he's trying his best to get back at God Almighty, and he know he can't defeat God. So he's coming for us. He's coming for mankind to kill down one another, to destroy another. And God is not pleased with that. And God is going to get the last laugh and the final say so when the time comes. But all I'm trying to say is that I wish all this stupidity nonsense would stop. People like me and other folks out here don't want nobody to die. We don't want nobody to go through sickness and pain and stuff. We want people to enjoy their life like I'm trying to enjoy my life. So the problem is when other people out here are mad because they're going through something in life, or because they lost somebody in the family, or because they're evil, they're racist, They're mean, and they want to sit there and make other people's lives a living hell and miserable. And something's wrong with that. I'm just saying that, to sum it all up without saying too much more, is the only problem with the world is mankind, because we don't know how to love one another. Now, I'm not saying everybody. I'm talking about some people out there. Like, some people, we want to be jealous. We want to sit there and judge one another like we're perfect, we're more holy than thou, when the Bible clearly states that there is none perfect, no, not one, and all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. So the point is, we can't judge one another. Now, if we're judging according to the word of God, which is God judging somebody, that's a different story. But I can't sit there and tell you who you are, because I'm no different than you. I'm no better than you. So why do we have to keep killing each other? Why? Like, well, I keep forgetting that I know the answer to that too. But I'm saying why, because I'm just getting sick and tired of it going on. But the reason it's going on is because the devil is using who he can, the people of the world, the people that are wicked, sinful, mean. He's using those type of people to create all this chaos and stuff going on in society today. That's what's going on, because people have told him, the devil or Satan, I want to live for you. I want to sit there. I don't want to be saved. I don't want to go to church. I don't want to read the Bible. I don't want to live right. I don't want to be obedient to God. I don't want to love my enemies. I don't want to sit there and forgive. I want to sit there and do all this negative nonsense, bad stuff, and I want to represent you, the devil. And with that being said, that's part of the issue and the problem here. And that's why it's so much stuff going on, because it's demons out there that people have given authority and a power to say, hey, okay, I want to live for you. Because the devil don't have no power. The only power he uses is what you allow him to, or the weakness that you have. That, like, if you have a drug addiction, the devil is going to use that drug addiction against you, because that's the only thing he can. He only has whatever power God gives him or allows him to have, in other words. But what I'm trying to say, and I'm done, is that I wish this killing would stop. I really do. And the only thing that's going to make me really feel good is when Jesus comes back and fixes everything, whenever that time comes in the future, and all this will be done with. It won't be no more killing, no more sickness, no more pain, no more disease. We won't have to worry about this, because when it comes to eternal life, by the way, it's going to be a spiritual thing. It's not going to be no human beings no more. You're going to be a spirit. You're going to be changed in the blinking of an eye, whether you go to heaven or hell. But I'm just saying here that at the end of the day, the point is that Jesus said, I came that you may have life and have it more abundantly. So he didn't come that we may kill each other. He died that we may live, not that he died that we may die and keep killing each other. That's all I wanted to say. So God bless you on this wonderful, excellent Sunday morning. The sun's getting ready to shine. I thank God for another day. Some people, by the way, didn't wake up this morning, but to God be the glory. He gave me another chance to get my life together, to repent of my sins, to get my life right, to change for the good, and to give him all the glory, honor, and praise. So God bless you on this wonderful Sunday morning. Have a good rest of your day and your family as well.